So, I didn't get this out Monday, but I at least want to try to get it out tonight before anything else happens. Sorry about the NXT reviews, actually, because NXT was pre-taped and I decided to spoil myself, but I'll come back with the NXT reviews probably after NXT TakeOver 36 is what I believe. I wish they were in Las Vegas. But Monday Night Raw, as a reminder, was in Chicago last night. So the crowd is going to absolutely be ap- as hellacious as possible. We started off with Bobby Lashley and MVP coming out and cutting the promo. MVP basically talking about how Goldberg was uninvited to challenge Lashley and that anybody that steps up to Lashley, even if it is Goldberg, he will be dominated. And it's just this was a decent segment, I will say. This was a decent little promo segment, and it was not all that bad, but it dragged. It felt like this entire episode dragged for me. I wasn't very invested or very interested in a lot of things because, first and foremost, the crowd in Chicago was going to be absolutely insane. They heard about Bray Wyatt's news. There's CM Punk. There's Daniel Bryan. AEW, obviously. So there's a lot of things going on. But to continue on with Goldberg and Lashley, it actually showed in this segment there wasn't really that much interest, even when the fans said Goldberg's name and then booed, even when his name was mentioned. Just ridiculous. It's just weird. This episode felt very weird. MVP cut a good line saying, "Do you want to be remembered as a champion or as a casualty?" Until Goldberg interrupted. Gage is really grown, and Goldberg just said, "You're next," to Lashley after saying a few things. And we got a Bray Wyatt chant to start off the beginning of Raw. Not bad. MVP had a little bit of a stare down with Gage, and that's when Goldberg speared the hell out of MVP, which led to a later segment with Bobby Lashley acknowledging the challenge and accepting Goldberg's challenge for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. So that's official. I just wish it was Brock. Drew came out with his sword. We had him in a handicap match with Veer and Shanky, but obviously that ended in a DQ. Jinder attacking Drew with the chair. Drew then had a showdown with his sword, and also Jinder with Veer and Shanky and chairs. That didn't go so well. Drew cut a promo afterwards saying he didn't finish the job, but Chicago wanted him to. And then saying Jinder will have nightmares. Then we got Nia versus Rhea Ripley, actually something which was pretty interesting, but I wasn't interested. Nia actually did a little bit of a scary spot with Rhea's head and her hip just hitting the post. That was crazy. But it was mad. I honestly didn't think it was a match to be interested or involved with too much up until the very end where Rhea won because Shayna cost the victory for Nia. They had a little bit of a fallout, and then Rhea came in, showed why she's a badass, and just hit the riptide, which was absolutely awesome. Then we got a tag team rematch. Mustafa Ali getting a nice pop from his hometown in Chicago with tag team partner Mansoor versus Mason T-Bar. Can we just call him Dio and Dominic? I hate those names. They won. Obviously, Mason T-Bar won because nobody wins in their hometown. Charlotte Flair cut a long promo talking about, first of all, having a line with Simone Biles withdrawing from the Olympics because of her mental health. Let's not go that far. And then 2 weeks ago, she defeated Rhea at Money in the Bank only to get cashed in on and have her title sold. She's been cashed in on 3 times. Yes, 3 times. 18, 19, and 21, which is crazy. But oh well. And she was struggling just to get some weapons from under the ring. And then she came back in the ring. She was continuing her promo until Nikki, the superhero, attacked her with a steel chair. Should I say almost superhero? It just doesn't. This dragged. This was like this dragged for a long time. Charlotte, I love her, but it was becoming uninteresting to actually watch that promo segment. And Nikki is supposed to be the babyface, but attacking her with a steel chair from behind. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. We had Eva Marie and Doudrop promo, which led to Doudrop facing Tamina in the singles match. She has a really nice elbow drop pointed out by SRS on Twitter last night. There were CM Punk chants. Obviously, the fans weren't interested. And then Tamina won, which was fine, I guess. There was Eva being distracted afterwards by Alexa Bliss and Lily, apparently with 2 L's, not 1 L. And then we want Wire chant afterwards, which was just honestly ridiculous. We had Damian Priest and Riddle have a promo segment, which was actually funny. And then we had Miz TV, which was what it was, Miz TV. Miz rambled about Damian Priest capitalizing on injuries and being the man that put Miz in a wheelchair. And then we got CM Punk chants again. And then giving Sheamus credit, unlike them. Well, Damian Priest gave Sheamus credit, unlike what anyone else did. And, Damian Priest stepping up to the Miz because the Miz was being a loudmouth. Then we got not Miz versus Morrison. We got Damian Priest versus John Morrison, which I actually enjoyed. Was the only thing I honestly enjoyed from the night. Just awesome match back and forth. It was an awesome back and forth match between those two. Damian Priest winning with South to Heaven. That's what he won. That's what he won with. He won with South to Heaven, not Hit the Lights. That's what we won with in the tag match because Sheamus came out and attacked Damian Priest. That's when Ricochet came for the save. Holla tag team match. Ricochet and Damian Priest won. Damian Priest spinning John Morrison with Hit the Lights. Not bad. And like I said, the whole beginning of the show felt like it was a drag. Like, barely, if all, had anything good or attention-grabbing. There was CM Punk and rumors and Bray Wyatt's release. And the fan interest, obviously, in Chicago was very low, having a bit of an effect on me and possibly people that were watching, too. We had Matt Riddle versus Omos, which was David versus Goliath in the sense. Matt Riddle got destroyed, and Omos won, which was fair to the booking of what Omos has been since he came to WWE's main roster. He's been a big man that's been booked like a monster. He's done really well in the ring. And there was no Randy Orton, however, so that's going to be held off probably until next week or the week after, who knows. We then had Alexa Bliss and Lily have a little bit of a promo segment, but Doudrop did attack Alexa Bliss and took down Lily. And even Brie talked some trash to Lily until Lily actually...
I don't have an answer for that.
Goddamn echo. I'm keeping that in there. I'm keeping it in there. Lily actually stood up on her own, which is actually pretty awesome to see. Because I actually like Lily and Alexa Bliss's character development so far. We then got Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee. Karrion Kross did have a promo saying time is up, just like the sands in the hourglass. And so far in 3 weeks, it's been LWL. Loss, win, loss. A loss against Jeff Hardy, a win against Keith Lee, and now a loss against Keith Lee, which was a clean loss. I'm happy for Keith Lee that he got a W. He's been following a pattern of weirdness recently with 2 L's and then a W. And then it feels weird that Karrion Kross got called up only to be losing like this. It feels weird. He's the NXT champion. He should be getting a massive push. He's one of the best characters I've seen in a long time. But I don't know. I really don't know. Rhea Ripley cut a promo before the No Holds Barred match, saying that No Holds Barred matches are brutal. And that she'll be watching and hopes Nikki beats the living hell out of Charlotte, only to know that she's going to walk out as the Raw Women's Champion at SummerSlam. Reginald had a 24/7 title defense against Akira Tozawa. And then they changed his name to Reggie, which was just, oh boy, dear God, no. Reggie retained. That's all I'm going to say. Nikki Cross had a promo about never being in a no holds barred match, but she's been in a ladder match. I believe she's been in Elimination Chamber. But no holds barred matches being dangerous is just no. It's not really true. And then she doesn't know what to expect, and that's part of being almost a superhero. And then she almost beat Charlotte, and if you believe in yourself, you can almost be a superhero. I don't like the character. I really don't. And then in the match itself, Nikki got destroyed, dominated, murdered, and killed. Obviously, stretches. She had from top rope moves to a goddamn powerbomb through the announce table. Like, if this is what your character is supposed to be, like getting your ass destroyed and then just getting a lucky win because Charlotte speared herself through a table and then winning with a swinging neck breaker off of the rope, which was it's a basic move nowadays. It's like, I don't know. I really don't love. I love Nikki Cross. I love her very much. She's a great wrestler and also a great person that had a actually really good character, but they ruined it with her becoming soft, losing that sanity, that unstableness, and becoming this thing. I know this is her thing that she's doing herself, that she got approval of, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, you know. I really hope that WWE actually make the right decision and take the title off of Nikki at SummerSlam, because if she holds on for too long, then fan interest will really go down on her, for sure. She did get over the Chicago crowd, which is a very tough task to do. The match was actually not that bad, but the whole thing was Nikki was getting destroyed by Charlotte, and Charlotte made one mistake, and that was it. And that was Raw. That was all of Raw. I don't know. It just felt like they threw this show together. The main event was okay. And that was pretty much, like, the episode, like I said, is a constant word that I'm just pulling out, and I'm just saying it dragged. But it did drag. It dragged, and it dragged, and it dragged, and it dragged, and the fan interest was so low. But got high. It got high at the very end, I will say. So I gave this Raw, honestly, a 3 out of 5, which was... Actually, no, I gave this a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. Rawgly. Raw and ugly together. Rawgly. I just didn't feel interested in Monday Night Raw tonight, or that Monday night. And it just felt weird to just watch, because it just didn't feel right to enjoy what was going on because of the recent news of Bray, and that Raw was being live taped in Chicago. So let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Did you enjoy Raw, actually? Because if you did, I'm actually okay with that. I just didn't enjoy it just for the 1 week. Who knows, maybe next week will actually not be as bad. I don't really know what to say afterwards, after much. I won't be watching NXT tonight. I said this before. I said it in the very beginning that I won't be watching NXT up until Takeover 36, and then that's when I'll have my prediction video out. And of course, with SummerSlam coming up, this weekend is about to be very crazy. I probably will be going live on Twitch for AEW Rampage on the 20th. I don't know yet. I will have to see. Tune in. Like, comment, subscribe. Join this little happiness and peacefulness. Bring in that energy, because in this world, in the world that we live in, we need the happiness, we need the peace, we need that energy to keep going and make sure that we all get through all the tough times that we have, because we are all normal, we are all human. Celebrities, famous people in particular, wrestlers, athletes, myself, we are all normal, we are all human, we all go through challenges, we all go through everything. I will see you all on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite Homecoming. Should I live stream? Maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll think about it. Love you all. Stay safe. And please get vaccinated.